We're going to have an amazing day yesterday. I've seen a lot of great press thanks to my friends at Pando Daily, CNET, and everybody tweeting in the audience. It's really critical that you tweet out which companies you like and do a little of that social media. We've got an amazing day today. We're going to have a great range of companies again. For those folks who were wondering or asking, how do we select the companies? We get hundreds of people pitching us through the front door, through the application process. We pick the companies 30 days out. Every company that applies to us gets screened at least once in person, unless they send just a business plan. They don't understand that it's an actual competition for products, not ideas. And most companies get screened 2 or 3 times. This gets done with my team. I've been getting tons of kudos for what an amazing conference I run here, but I can tell you I don't run the conference. I show up. The conference is really run by Crute, who you haven't seen out here, Tyler, who you see all the time, my partner in crime for the last 5 years on this, Kieran, Megan, and a whole group of other, and my brother Jamie, who's around here making sure the VIP service. So just a big round of applause for the launch team. Really appreciate that on their behalf. And today, we're going to have 25 great companies. We're going to pick a couple of people from the grand jury is going to pick a couple of folks from the demo pits to come up at the end of the day. We're going to take a 1-hour break in the middle, and the grand jury will go behind the curtain and pick the winners. This is especially important because $1 million in prize money will be given out to them. And the way that that'll work is each of the people who are putting that money up, they're going to pick their first winner to invest. If they can't come to terms, and by the way, we've already gotten in advance all of the raises and how much people are raising and what terms, so that we can really facilitate this investment process. We don't have anybody doing a bait and switch. Oh, I won the $100,000 prize. My valuation is now $1 billion. No changing your valuation in the middle of the event. So that should go very well. And then the second place person, they'll pick a second, third, and fourth place person as well. So my team will work in the months after to make sure these investments actually happen. And the investments are really better than a prize. A prize you would pay a 50% tax on, and you wouldn't have the brains of the amazing angels and investors we have here. So I'm really, really thrilled with all the grand jury members and the prizes. So big round of applause for the grand jury and the prizes. It's going to be very exciting tonight when we give them out at the award ceremony. So let me bring up our judges for this panel. David Sachs of Yammer, one of my old friends, is here with us. Matt Thompson is here. Sandeep is here. Gina, David, Tim, and Naval, of course, from AngelList. Matt from Microsoft. Good to see you. Gina, let's hear it for our first round of judges. And look at that man bag, Naval. Can you hold that up? Can we get a camera shot of that man bag? Get the camera on that Merce. Oh my goodness. I just want to stop everybody for 1 second. This is very important because I want to let people know that I wore it first. Get up here, Naval. Come on. Stand up. Put it on. Who wore it better? Come on, guys. Let's see. Who thinks Naval wore it better? Okay. And who thinks Jake Howe wore it better? Damn it, I lose to Naval again! We live in a great world where man bags are now cool. I've been waiting for decades to use a purse. And now, my dream has been realized. It's going to be a great day. Okay, here we go. Okay, back on our stage again for the 3rd time. This is a record for the number of products launched. Is Jason Nazar of Docstoc. Jason launched Docstoc at the first year of the event, and then he launched a new product, his subscription product, last year, and then this year again, he's got a brand new product. He is a launch junkie. This is his heroin, and he's going to get his fix again today, launching a new 2.0 for Docstoc. Please welcome Jason Nazar.
Good morning. Jason, thanks for having me back. I am Jason Nazar. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Docstoc, and I'm proud to say that we launched 5 years ago at the first TechCrunch 40 conference, and excited to talk to you about our new product today. Since then, we have grown into be the premier destination online for small businesses. And they come to us to find the best quality and widest selection of documents, articles, videos, and resources to help them start and grow their businesses the best way. And we get over 20 million people a month coming to Docstoc and have almost 25 million registered members. And we always ask them, what else do you need? And what every single small business needs are licenses and permits. So enter license 123, 3 minutes, 3 steps, and you can make sure that your business is in compliance. The process of getting licenses and permits for your business is maddening. It is so difficult and frustrating. So Tucker over here, who I know loves working at Docstoc, let's say he wants to start a food truck business in San Francisco. He's going to find his way to license 123 and put in the state, city, industry, and the type of business that he's looking for. And what he's instantly going to get is he's going to find out that there's 4 city permits that he needs and 2 state permits. This process that we just went through in 5 seconds would typically take Tucker 2 to 3 weeks of research to do, and if he were to use a professional like a lawyer or an accountant, would cost him almost $2,500. And License 123 puts all that information at his fingertips right away. And for less than $10, with a 100% money-back guarantee, Tucker can get access to all the information and the exact permits that he needs to start his business the right way. And we have a huge team of researchers led by Eric at our office. Eric, stand up for 1 second. This was the brainchild of our friend. Give him a hand here. This came out of an ideation process at Docstoc. And he's leading a team of researchers who are going city by city, business by business, to build this information together. So Tucker's going to go into one of these specific examples of a license and permit he needs, and he's going to be able to see how much it costs, where it needs to get filed, how often it gets renewed. And we're going to have the exact government form right there ready for him to access. And if there's not a government form, an online application, we'll link to that online application. Tucker would have had to gone to 6 different websites to find these licenses and permits. It would have taken him hours and hours of time on the phone, and he probably would have had to stand in line at City Hall to get some of these permits that he can now access right away, fill out, and make sure that he's in compliance. Let's say Tucker was going to start an auto mechanic business in San Francisco. He would need 15 different licenses and permits to start that business. Let's say you even want to find out how much it's going to cost you to start a specific business with the licenses and permits. If Tucker wanted to start a nightclub in Philadelphia, it would cost him $53,000 in licenses and permits that License 123 is going to show him he needs right away. If you wanted to start that same business in Denver, Tebow time, that didn't work. He said it was going to work. I knew it wasn't going to work. It's only going to cost him $9,000. I didn't really commit to it, though, did I? I didn't. All right. So License 123 is going to get him all that information right away. This is version 1.0. In version 2.0, it's going to be a completely full-serve model where he can call into our office. There'll be customer service reps that are going to do this whole process for him, automate it, and renew them every year, and he's not going to have to think about it at all. But that's not even the best part. The best part is that we've been showing License 123 to cities and municipalities all across the country, and they are falling in love with it. So we're currently actively in a conversation with the city of San Francisco where they would provide License 123 to all the citizens of SF so that you can access that information totally for free. License 123 in 3 minutes and 3 steps, you can make sure your business is in compliance. And at Docstoc, we strive to make every small business better. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Wow. I guess after doing this 2 or 3 times, you've learned how to give an awesome 5-minute presentation to our panel. What do you think? Dave, I see you nodding.
Hey, Jason.
Hey,
Never
how's it
met
going?
in person. Great product, great presentation. Overall, seems like a great business. The one thing I heard that I just wanted to dive in a little bit on is the huge team of researchers needed to sort of, those are your words, to sort of collect and deal with this. And there's obviously expense associated with that. So how do you try to minimize that over time?
Well, we're not trying to minimize that, and that's the difference of being a company that's 5 years in, profitable and growing is, you know, our value is in putting that human capital and energy into creating this product, and we're not trying to minimize it. I mean, obviously, we're being smart about how the costs go, but what we want to do is build this amazing information platform that's then going to save you a lot of time and money.
So I assume there's some piece to this where eventually you'll be able to fill out those forms online. And what does a roadmap to that look like? Because right now it looks like you get this PDF and badly scanned, and you still got to fill out in paper mail something. So how do you make it fully online, or when can you do that?
So what we're doing right now is we're not reinventing the process. We're streamlining what you already have to do. So those forms are what the cities are already going to require you to do. The advantage of us working directly with cities and selling to them is that we can be part of the acceleration process of pushing them to move all their forms online, which we then accelerate. So we can't actually take the forms online because what the cities are going to choose to do, and in many cases they actually require you to come in person to drop off those forms. But I think being part of the discussion, we can help make it a more technology-friendly platform.
So you've done all this work to bring on the small businesses and provide this wonderful service up front. I'd love to hear a little bit more about how you're going to keep them on an ongoing basis once they've filled out the initial licenses. You mentioned a little bit about renewals and that in phase 2, but I think that would be very interesting to understand how you would create a long-term business on an ongoing basis.
It's a great question. Today, right now, when you go to License123, license123.com, it's a one-off report and one-time fee. But at Docstoc, we're a subscription-based service. We've signed up almost in excess of 75,000 people to a monthly subscription to our service. And so really what we're doing at our company is we're building out a suite of products and services, productivity tools, content, information, advice that is going to build a long-term relationship with small business owners and operators, for which we have a very extended lifetime value. We have a set of apps in the App Store. You can check out Docstoc if you've got your iPhone on you. And so this will be one of many products that exist in what we consider to be the premier destination online for small businesses.
Thank you.
Why did you decide to do it as a separate URL and a separate brand?
That's a really good question. We made a strategic decision that in order to reach our ultimate mission, which is to be the hub of everything small business online, we can't do all of that just under Docstoc. And we've spent we get a lot of traffic, right? We get people coming, and we've tried to put lots of different things into Docstoc, and there's a limit where it's going to break. And so we think that going forward, what we're going to do is have a multi-domain, multi-product strategy where we have multiple different value offerings and then can offer them all together. And we also just think that this product, unlike some other things we've launched, is different enough than the core value prop of Docstoc that we think it deserves its own brand.
And are you using Docstoc to send traffic to it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we sign up 40,000 people a day to Docstoc. And so we have this amazing distribution platform to say, hey, here's this other value add that we can provide you. And what we're also going to do is for all the Docstoc premium members who pay us $20 a month, we're going to offer this for the first year completely free for them.
Hey, Jason, so from somebody who's got friends who have opened up restaurants both in San Francisco and Palo Alto, I mean, this is a no-brainer from the perspective that you got to build a business out of it. I mean, now you've done the part where you're going to make everybody else's life easier. Have you figured out how many locales you have to be in for this to be a real business?
So our goal is by the end of the year to cover every city and every type of business across the U.S. And we think it'll take
above what threshold? I mean, clearly you're not going to go for the 50-person small town in Iowa. So have you done the demographics to figure out big cities? So is that top 30, top 50, top 100?
We believe by the end of the second quarter of this year, we can cover the major metropolitan cities in the U.S., which would give us about 75% coverage of the businesses that are being formed and will need to renew each year. But really what our goal is by the end of this year to get coverage on virtually every city and every type of business in the United States.
So, because the next question was, have you done the work to figure out how many cities have put their stuff online? Because honestly, even in the Bay Area, only about half the cities have their stuff online. Otherwise, you have to
very
stand
small.
online.
It's about 10% of applications have an online process right now.
Okay.
David, you won year 3. David Sachs won year 3 of the conference with Yammer, of course, which is now, I think, the third or fourth largest. I think you're the third largest alumni we have in the 200 companies that have launched at the event. What did you think overall of the presentation and the product?
Yeah, I didn't realize I was judging Jason, so I thought he was. Anyway, I missed this one. I apologize. So I'll have to you'll have to show it to me separately.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it again, real quick. License 1, 2, 3 is the best. No, we're not going to do this? All right, never mind.
We won't. Let's
David,
hear
it was great. I mean, you would have really liked it. I mean, you would have just loved it, David.
I appreciate the honesty. Let's hear it for Jason Nazar of Docstoc and his 2.0.
And Tucker.
Very good.
And Eric and Kaveh. Thank you, guys.
Well done.